All right, we went ahead and found our next run. We're just leaving our old drop-off place right now. Old trailer back there, dropped off. So we're gonna go pick up our new trailer, which is 17 tons of forklifts, and we're going to Bakersfield from San Diego. So the reason why I picked this trip was because it was actually three important things. It was a fragile cargo, it was a high value cargo, and it was an important delivery. So they need it pretty quickly, it's pretty fragile, and it's pretty important. So it's a pretty decent run. We're not gonna make that much money, about the same, a little over 8,000. But the cost per distance, or the price per distance, is pretty good on it. So we're gonna zip over there, pick that up. I believe it's at HMS, I think it was what it was. Can't quite remember, but we'll figure it out. We might swing by this recruitment agency too, just to discover that, because we do need to start kind of considering some people here, and at least we'll have more options if we discover more recruitment agencies. So probably good just to swing by real quick. We'll just swing by, flip a U-turn in the street, and call it a day, and then head on to our delivery. Not sure how long that delivery lasts. I don't know if it's gonna expire soon. I don't think it is, but good. All right, so we got the recruitment agency. We can go ahead and just flip a U-turn up on the curb a little bit. I thought we were gonna be able to do it without the curb. Didn't happen. Whoop, that is the wrong gear. We want to be in 6. There we go. Clear, right on red, or turn green. All right, it's just right down the street. Should be there in a second. Pick up our trailer, and then we'll head off to Bakersfield. It's not actually inside of Bakersfield, our drop-off point. It's in between Bakersfield and Fresno. So okay, what are you doing? You going straight or you stopping? Really? Drivers. Okay, so go ahead and pick up our trailer here. Probably going to be this little tiny red one with the forklifts on it. Oh, it's like a repair shop. Look at that. A repair shop for equipment. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to make 8,000. It's a pretty short trip. It's only 296 miles, but it's fragile cargo, high value cargo, and an important delivery. So it's a couple things that we would definitely boost some XP, which would be a nice nice thing to get, a little XP boost. Let's go ahead and hook up to it. All right. Yep. Okay. Put the parking brake on. Turn the headlights off. Let's just take a look at our load real quick. That is a pretty nice load. Look at that. That's a pretty nice picture, too. We got the sun coming through the trees there. We got 2 forklifts on the back. Both of these combined in the trailer are 17,000 pounds. Pretty heavy. So let's go ahead and get on the road. Since this is a important delivery, they're going to need this pretty quickly. So we should get going. We don't want to be late. And we'll look at all the stuff that we got to do here in a second. So we're estimated right now to get there at Tuesday at 3:15 a.m. On the 296 mile, 7 hour and 40-minute drive. And okay, I thought that truck was gonna go for it too. And we need to be there at Tuesday at 2 a.m. at the earliest and 6:20 a.m. at the latest. So currently we're gonna get there kind of in the middle, a little bit in the middle. So, but we should be good. Might be able to make up some time on the highway, but for the most part, we're pretty good. Let's just get going. All right. See how the merge is going to be today. Nice and open. Good. Okay, this should be a pretty straight shot. Not many highway changes. We're not going over to the west or anything. We're just going to be going up north. So Should be a relatively straight shot. Just gonna try to get up over this hill, and we can put it in cruise. Just let the truck do its job. And we'll make it there in no time. All right, here we go. Cruise at 60. 5 over, should be able to get away with it with the new, with the police mod that I have in. The realistic police. We shouldn't get a ticket for 5 over. I think there's a cop in this bush up here anyway, so we're gonna find out. He's right here. Yep, here he is. It's all you. Ticket? Did I get a ticket? No. No ticket. See? 5 over. Realistic. So, yeah. California right now, in the real world, is being slammed with rain. It is unbelievable. It has rained for 2 days straight, practically. I mean, we have like a couple hours in between all the rain where it doesn't rain, and it's just a, you know, little tiny gap in between just the storms. But the other day it rained all day nonstop. It didn't even stop once. Didn't even lighten up. It just rained all day for hours, and it was ridiculous. It was insane. So we had some plans to work on our cars, me, Polecat, and my buddy Danny. And we had some plans to work on some cars, and, well, it didn't really work out. We didn't really get much done, except for yesterday. Turns out that when it rains really hard, for some reason there was a puddle forming in the rear of Polecat's Crown Vic, in the passenger rear seat footwell. Lots of puddles, or not lots, but one puddle was forming, and it wasn't evaporating. So we came to the conclusion that there was a hole somewhere in there that was then causing the water to come in, go down into the footwell, and then sit in the footwell and not leak out or evaporate out or anything like that. It was just causing it to just sit there. So we could tell that the hole was higher than where the water was collecting, since that's just kind of how it works. So they tore it apart and found out that it was a issue with, there's just some random hole that had a little rubber grommet around it, and this little rubber grommet was torn up. It was really wet. It was not forming a proper seal. So took that out, siliconed over it, and unfortunately when we pulled up the carpet in his Vic, the water that had been collecting there was causing some rust. But on the good side is it was a lot of surface rust. So it wasn't anything too crazy. There was a couple bad chips here and there. There was a couple bad spots, but for the most part, it was all pretty much surface rust. Underneath the car looked really, really clean. It wasn't rusty at all. It was very nice and clean. So we went in there with some Rust-Oleum paint, you know, stopping the rust from spreading, and we cleaned it up and we sprayed it down and did all that. And then also the other day, because if you have a leak in your car, rain like we've been getting will definitely show you where it's coming from, because we also noticed that there was some water collecting in the dome light in his car. And we went, that's really not good. This needs to be sorted out. So while we also were figuring out this hole in the back, we had to take the headliner off, pretty much all the interior pieces. Pretty much his interior was completely gutted again. It was the second or third or fourth or sixth or 10th million time that car has had the entire interior pulled out of it, pretty much. Back seats, front seats, carpets, side paneling, headliner, everything. So we found out that one of his antennas was had a hole, or it broke the seal. There was something going on with the screw that was holding the antenna on, because it was a real antenna, and something broke, causing that seal to be broken, and water was getting in through a hole into the headliner and dripping down the headliner into these two little holes on the top of his dome light. So we plugged that hole, found out what it was, got the antenna out, put a grommet in there, siliconed the antenna, siliconed everything, put everything back together, and he said even after it raining, ooh, we're gonna have to take the shoulder here. Ooh, sketchy. Okay, we're gonna have to slow down. Let's get over. There we go. God, I hate the on-ramps, man. They're not, ooh, shit, we gotta get over again. Sorry. Ugh. Jesus. Okay, so anyway. So he said even after all night of it sitting in the rain, got in his car, no water in the back, no water up top, no water in the car at all. So it seems like we might have found the problem of his leak or leaks. So we got those taken care of, but unfortunately we were able to start the day in the dry. It was cloudy, it was cold and windy, but it wasn't raining. But we were starting it. Luckily, I had went out and bought just a really shitty. In retrospect, I probably should have spent a little bit more money and got the bigger kind of tent, garage tent, or I don't know what you would call it, canvas, or I don't know, garage port, something where it's pretty much just a big tent that you put over your car. I got like the cheapest one they had, and it wasn't that big at all, really. It was enough to cover some of the car, but when it started raining, it started to come down hard, and we were being bombarded with rain, and it was getting to the... I'm sorry, what is this floating train situation that just happened there? What was that? That wasn't right at all. Okay, sure. Floating trains. I'm on drugs, apparently. Jesus. I don't know. So anyway, we started the day in the dry. Unfortunately, it started raining. We had the tent, which was nice, but it wasn't quite big enough, so what would happen is the rain would start to pool on top of it, and then it would all just splash down. And it wasn't far enough away from the doors that when it splashed down, if you were halfway in the car working on something, well, you got drenched. And there's multiple times where just splashes of water are hitting me and Polecat and everybody just trying to work in the car. And yeah, it was annoying, but we got it done. He said there's no more leaks, there's no more water, nice and dry on the inside, so yeah, it's nice that we were able to get that done. And it was one of those things that we noticed the pool of water before, but it was only when, you know, it would rain for a day. And it really wouldn't be that bad to be like, oh, there's a pool of water, and then it would stop raining and it would go away. And you're like, okay, well, whatever. You don't really think about it. But, you know, it's good to take that, you know, get that taken care of and out of the way. And now he doesn't have to worry about it. And I'm glad we spotted that rust where it was, because if it had been untreated for very, very long, it would have been, you know, a bad situation. It would have gotten even worse. And, you know, rust only spreads. That's all it really does. It just spreads and gets worse. Luckily, most of it looked like surface rust. About 80% was surface rust. There was about 20% of it that seemed to be a little bit like, I don't know, that seems a little low. But also at the same time, it was in spots that weren't really the most important. So luckily, I mean, well, hopefully that paint works that we got. It should, and that should stop the rust from spreading. And then whenever we want to, or however we want to try to figure it out, we can try to go in there and maybe get rid of the rust. That would be a big job. That would probably require a shop to take care of. But at least we stopped it from spreading, and we stopped the water from getting in, so it's just not going to be a constant, like, on top of, whoop, grinding the gears here. At least it won't be a constant, you know, trying to get water out of the car all the time. So it was pretty interesting. Probably the worst part was just being soaked and getting home and going, wow, I am completely soaked, and that's not cool. I don't appreciate that. And it's apparently, from what we're seeing on the weather reports, it's going to be like this for the entire month of March, which is not cool. But hey, I prefer the rain over hot any day. So keep the rain, keep the heat away. That is my motto as of right now. For the month of March, that is my motto. Keep the rain coming and the hot away. That's all I care about. Whoa, god damn it, that was a big bump. Okay, hold on. I seriously need to sort out this mic situation. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna need to park our trailer, and I know where they're gonna want it. They're gonna want it all the way in the back. What gear are we in? Trying to get into reverse, there we go, reverse 3. That way we're not redlining reverse. Okay, why don't we go ahead and switch to this. Here we go. All right, bring it around. Nice and sharp and slow. Maybe we should go into reverse 2. Not really sure. Am I in reverse 2? No, I'm in reverse 4 now. Okay, how do I get into reverse 2? There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's just keep this here. If we keep it here, we should be relatively good. I gotta be concerned about this. The swing of these tires. We don't want to hit this wall. Good on the front. There we go. Now we just swing it around nice and slow. Bring it back this way just a little bit. Okay. Go here. And then straighten out. There we go. Ooh, one little... There we go. Perfect. Right there. Perfect. All right, park and brake. Turn the flashers off and we'll drop to the trailer. We went 289 miles, took us 5 hours and 41 minutes, consumed 30 gallons of fuel. We got $8,000 and 519 XP, which ranked us up to a rank 13. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spend that on... Let's go get another hazardous cargo. But which one do we want to go with? We have explosives, we have flammable gases, and we have flammable liquids. We don't have flammable solids. We don't have toxic and infectious substances or corrosive substances. But let's do flammable solids. Let's do that one. We're going to do flammable solids. Just because that seems like there's more than hazardous. It doesn't seem like there's going to be much hazardous, but it seems like there's going to be a decent amount of, flammable solids. So, which sounds weird. But, so we are currently, let's go ahead and check the map real quick. Let's just give a quick overview of what we're doing. We're currently kind of in the middle of Bakersfield and Fresno. Not really at a certain location. So we're not in the greatest. We'll probably just head over to this gas station and park up for the night. But other than that, go ahead and give a quick overview of what we're doing here in the menu. So we have $78,000, and what we need. Oh, real quick, let's take a look at what we got. We got a new front bumper, we got a new visor, new paint wrap, and 2 new tires. We got a lot of stuff for the Kenworth too. So we'll have to check that out. But company manager, real quick, garage manager. So this is our only garage, tiny San Francisco, operating at 100% productivity, going really well. But we need $180,000 to upgrade. So then we can get 2 extra truck slots and I can buy an extra truck. And then we'll start looking at, hiring drivers or, going to the recruitment agency and starting to look for drivers. So it's coming along. I'm going to play this some more off camera so we can kind of start speeding this process up a little bit. Like I said, I'm probably going to be playing this a little bit more now that the rain has really started to hit us pretty hard and there's really not much we can do outside. So I'm going to play this to kind of progress it so we can kind of get through this and hopefully we can get ourselves into a Kenworth W900 sometime soon. But like I said, if you guys want to see this as a regular series on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, definitely let me know by hitting the like button. It's just the easiest way to let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.